And we're back for I promise, the final installment of this week's comics, and just the final installment of this week's Shadow Gallery in general. I've got a lot of personal issues to attend to, not the least of which is actually getting sleep, because I'm getting fried way too early in the evening. Way too early or way too late, whatever you want to call it. So this week I heard about this comic and I had to pick it up to see what a fucking mess that this could conceivably become. But with the right people at the helm, it could easily not be a mess and be a pretty damn good comic. And that is Infestation from IDW Publishing. Now, this was written by Dan Abnett and Andy Lanning, who basically rebooted Nova. Not rebooted, but just reinvigorated Nova. Not too many years ago, just a couple of years ago now, and took it, ran with it, and made Nova a really, really, really awesome re-edition to the Marvel Universe. They also worked on the Annihilation series, that kind of ran parallel to Civil War. And nobody really seemed to care that much about it because it, took place in space, and what was happening on Earth seemed to be a lot more interesting. Although the shit that was going on in space was pretty massive. So I was, thinking, well, okay, well this, because I had heard the description of this. Okay, basically what this is now. IDW owns the comic rights to a couple of different, very famous, character-based series, or whatever you would actually call them, franchises, I guess would be the best word, which is Star Trek, Transformers, G.I. Joe, and Ghostbusters. I didn't even know that there was a Ghostbusters comic. And yes, it's the four original Ghostbusters, Venkman and Spangler and Winston Zeddemore and God damn, this is gonna hurt. Dan Aykroyd's character, Ray Stantz. Thank you very much. Basically, what Infestation is that this, and I'm assuming this is a recurring title because I've probably seen it on the shelves, CVO, which is Covert Vampiric Operations. Because we need another vampire book. That's really what we need. We need more vampires. And what's even worse, and here's where it gets worse, is that the infestation that they're talking about, is zombies. Yay! Let's hear it for original ideas, everybody. Yay! Let's give them a big hand. Okay. This was just unbelievably depressing to read. I mean, it's like, oh my fucking god. And see, of course, because there's this whole parallel universe portal that they deal. I'm not going to even get into the crap that actually happens in this book because it's just garbage. I feel bad about saying something that harsh about it, but it's just, I mean, this is, stuff that I, wouldn't even line a birdcage with, because it's just it's so unoriginal and so, I mean, it's just like, okay, we're cashing in literally on every single, popular theme going on right now in the world. Vampires and zombies. So what's, and then the infestation that they're talking about, because this portal that the zombies seem to be in leads into parallel dimensions. So you will see zombies being fought by Transformers, and you will see them being fought by the Joes and Cobra, and you will see them being fought by the Ghostbusters, and you will see them being fought by Kirk and company. The crew of the USS Enterprise are going to be fighting fucking zombies. It's just, I mean, it literally, it's like it's sucking the life out of me right now, and I don't mean that as a pun. I mean, it's just it's exhausting to even talk about that there's something this lazy out on the shelves. And I'm sorry. Well, this only costs $3.99. So I mean, it's, you know, lunch at Sonic, you know. But I mean, the lunch and what that would eventually turn into is preferable to what I read in this particular issue, because wow, this is definitely something that's not going in my pull bin, nor is any of its peripheral titles, because this only deals with the vampire versus zombie aspect of it. It doesn't deal with the Trek or the Ghostbusters or the Joes or the Transformers. None of that. It's just out there, you know, just setting that up. So I hate when anything build, you know, I hate when they create a central comic that where everything that's kind of cool about what the concept is, which is that it is going into these separate universes, you have to pick up those comics in order to be, you know, in order to get the full experience. You know, I mean, that's, you know, when you have a book, you know, for instance, when you have a book like Civil War or Siege or, you know, Infinite Crisis or Final Crisis, whatever, you don't need to pick up every fucking issue of all the other comic books to see what's going on to those characters. They can still fit it in. You know, so I call shenanigans on that comic and on IDW Press. If there's, you know, I can't think of anything else that IDW has out right now. So if there's, let me just check here real quick. I'm sorry. I apologize. This is IDW Press. So they are putting out really, really, really good shit. So I guess this makes up for that. The greatness of what Darwin Cook's work on Parker is. I'm probably going to be getting the outfit real soon, which is the follow-up to The Hunter. So I'll probably have more to say on that later. But this is it for the Shadow Gallery for this week and for last week, and you know, definitely for the rest of this week. So hope you've enjoyed watching. And we'll be back next week with more comics, maybe some gaming news, see how I'm doing on DCU Online, see how I'm doing with Star Trek Online, because that's, you know, that's a fun game too. And maybe I'll get to, you know, actually do something one of these days as far as, you know, playing more of that, because with my work schedule now being what it is, and my wife's work schedule being what it is, makes it a little hard. It's not conducive to the home life to be playing games while my wife is still trying to watch another episode of SVU. So anyway, so again, that's it for the Shadow Gallery. I'm your host, James Donnelly. We actually got a couple seconds to wrap up. Don't forget to visit theshadowgallery.info. If you're in Arizona, if you're in the Valley anyway, Phoenix area, don't forget to buy your comics at Atomic. Buy a comic or die. Talking to you. And have a good weekend, and we'll see you next week. Take it easy.